on. On. Testing, testing. All right, we should be good now. We should be good. We should be good. Hold on. Let us see what is going on. This is the part where when you're doing something for the first time, you're just not sure if you tested everything, but I for sure forgot to test the audio. I should be straight. This is the part where when you're doing something for the first time, you're just not sure if you tested everything, but okay, I for sure forgot to test the audio. Okay, bet. All right, for sure. Give me 1 second. Let me grab the charger. All right. All right, bet. Let's start officially. Let's officially start. This can go right here. All right, bet. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. So we in the building. Today we about to. It's 8 o'clock East Coast time. Wait, 8:21. We are in overnight sessions, and this is Apple. So I really just want to try and let's see if I can record this too. All right, bet. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for joining. This is Bailey here. We on page one. This is live stream. We are definitely going to record this. So right now we are doing overnight session market prep for the week, and we gonna try to learn together chart setups. So I'm gonna be using some AI to give us what chart signals we can use, formations we can use to kind of pinpoint things that we can see in the market to take advantage of everything. So on the screen we have right now is Apple. We're looking at Apple. I really, really like Apple. Um, I really like. I really so I'm going. I'm going based off of a 4 hour chart right now. Just looking back, this is 2020, 2025 right here, and then of course current. So, um, so right now, obviously in an uptrend. Obvious. This is an obvious uptrend. So, I mean, Apple is one of those companies that is pretty much a hyperscaler, but they have not been spending. They have boatloads of money. They have a lot of cash on hand, and they're just waiting to see what is the next move. It looks like what's today's date? The 26th. So overnight, currently, um, they're up 1%, up 1%. Huge green candles, huge green candles. Like honestly, I'm a beginner when it comes to reading charts and stuff like that. Like I can obviously spot when something is going up or down just like the next person. But when it comes to being real technical about seeing moves and things like that, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better at that type of stuff. So currently, I mean, you got those indicators on here. I got VWAP and just uh, regular volume. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I just got VWAP on here. So I mean, VWAP is a popular indicator right now, and I just have it on here just to have it on here. Honestly, just to see like how like just to constantly train my eyes to see VWAP and see it on charts that have a downtrend and charts that are going up. So really just like trying to pay attention and see what these indicators are and what's going on with them. So right now, currently in the overnight session, Apple looking pretty good. I kind of want to look at I want to look at this meta upgrade. So see that's threads. Maybe get a better, maybe get a better article read. Yeah. So Mizzou, not sure, not familiar with that company, but Mizzou reiterated an outperform rating on Meta platforms with an 835 price target. 835 is hefty. So right now, Meta is trading at, let me refresh it. Currently, overnight, Meta is just touched 600. It just broke 600. Um, so it closed at 595 on Friday, July 24th, and right now it's at 600 $600.02. So and like you go from a chart like Apple, say, all right, let's see. Okay, so 2026. This is Apple's chart in 2026. Maybe you can't necessarily really see it. Let me do this right here. All right, cool. Let me move this down here. Let me move this down here, and then move me right here. All right, bet. All right, so you got Meta. So this is Apple. This is what Apple is looking like um, year to date. So a pretty nice uptrend. Um, just imagine 317 going all the way back down to 273 within what? What is that? June 26th. Saw it happen. Wait, no, I can't. Is that right? June. Oh no, June 8th. June 8th, and then hitting the low June 25th. Yeah. So a nice breakdown, but then now from June 25th until now back up to 334 or high 335, pretty much almost 20 days later if I'm counting right. But you see that chart and then you see Meta. Meta all year has pretty much been trading sideways. Yeah, Meta has been trading sideways for the entire year and is looking for a breakout. I mean, this company needs something because it's stuck. Is quite literally stuck. Right now it's stuck. It's stuck between right now you got a high of 692 and then you got the low of about five give or take 519, 520, give or take. So right now that's where Meta is. So it's been trading sideways. So right now this is where we at. So say we take at the end of these bars, which is Monday, September 28th. Are we going to continue to trade sideways, or are is Meta going to have a breakout? So let's move closer into these bars and let's see. So where's the low at? Where's the low at? Where's the low at? Let's see, 540. So let's take June 26th for example. That actually no. Let's start here. This is March. So let's get more recent. Let's kind of get more recent. Uh, so June. So right now that's where this is where it's touching. So right there. So honestly, it needs to have a bounce up, and I think honestly, this is more like this is probably more so the trajectory if we going out to September 28th, 2026. And this is just like for me, this is more so common sense in a way. Like, of course, I'm going to probably what I'm probably gonna do is take a screenshot of this and upload it to Claude and ask it like, hey, what is this? What can this yield me? Like, what kind of results can this yield me? Like, is this a right pattern that I'm drawing here, or is this like once I get to prompting, I'm not in my prompting brain right now, but once I get to looking into everything, like I think everything will come together. But like right now, I'm just using a common sense approach. Like if we take this low right here, and we see, in my opinion, if Meta, where can we get some? Can we get a? Is there like an arrow on here we can draw? There should be, right? Yeah. If if Meta goes down, hits this line, if it hits this line, and then bounces back up, we got good signs that if this happens, if this happens, I think we could see it. I think we could see Meta maybe breaking where need a better drawing tool. I can see if it goes up from here, then I think we can see, of course, within, what is this? So this is August 14th. So we're about to go into the last week of July, right? So yeah, so this is the last week of July. So if we're going into the last week of July, and Meta goes up to this point right here, at least touching right here. Hey, hold on. All right, let's readjust. Hitting that right there. This is an area we could target. This is an area I think that Meta can hit, because we're at what, 601, and then this is 606. I think by the end of the week, Meta could be at 606 at least, because I think it does have some more falling to do, and then bounce back up first week of August. And then I think that Meta might retest right here. Yeah, retest. And then make that a red, make that a green, and then once Meta goes from, probably can't, well, once Meta goes from here to here, I think Meta can bounce up to at least here. But what's this? August. So within a month, I think it at least can have a $50 move pending any news. And so um let's look at, let's see if Meta has any earnings. Let's see. Meta. Go to Meta platforms. Let's see when their earnings are. Look at this cash right here. Debt 86 billion. Cash 81 billion. So pretty much they're breaking even. So just imagine once once Meta has like they I think Mark Zuckerberg has something else coming, and like it is the what is the compute, those what Meta recently announced. I don't know why it's escaping me right now. um which to me kind of shows a little relative, for lack of a better term, grasping at straws, that Meta is now trying to get into AI compute. Um, Meta compute. Yeah. So cloud business by Meta. Oh, I can't see that. Yeah, whatever. It's a cloud business. So they're gonna do cloud business. So, but when are their earnings? When is earnings? Oh, oh, they report. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Hold on, y'all. They report in 3 days. I didn't know that. 3 days. 3 days. It's pretty interesting. So they report in 3 days. Wow. So yeah, I think um I think I think we got something in motion here. I think we got something in motion here, y'all. I think we got something in motion here. Um what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these price targets in and keep up with them. Pretty much my price targets are going to be my daily are going to be my journal. So my price targets are what I am going to use to document these uh document what we got going on, man. And like I said, it's like I'm no professional, but I'm trying to learn. And in my process of learning, I hope I teach you guys something, and I hope we learn together. Honestly, if we all learn together, that's the most important part. That's the most important thing. Like some 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 people don't want to. Some people don't want to learn with others because everybody learns at a different pace. And so a lot of people don't want to learn with others because they feel like that other person will surpass them, and it's just not how I move, how I operate. If you learn faster than me, go for it. If if I happen to learn something, at a different pace than you, then I hope that I can help you get to a level, um, you know, a even playing field or even above, because I know that it's gonna come back tenfold, and I don't do it just because I know it's gonna come back in a good way. It's just it's just good to do it. So you know, I think let me see here. It's crazy. So right now, still live, right? Okay, for sure. I'm still live. Okay, got you. Bet, bet. All right, I'm gonna go in and put these price targets in later on. But I want you guys to, anybody watching this, put where you're excited for the next week, like what you guys are into, and what you're excited for. Um, I'm logging in. I'm logging into my account and my brokerage account, and it looks like looks like some green moves. Looks like a lot of green ahead of tomorrow. So let's actually look at let's actually go and look at what earnings are this week, since Meta is this week. My bad. Since what earnings hub? Since earnings are this week for Meta, then I think there could be some others this week as well. So let's see. Let's see if I can get the calendar up here. Oh yeah, look like we got some big dogs. Look like we got some big dogs this week. Um, fudge. Okay, let me sign in real quick. Let me sign in real quick. Sign in real quick. All right. All right. Okay. I don't care about this pro thing. They're trying to they trying to pull a move and trying to get me to do pro, and I'm not trying to do it, but it won't go away. All right, bet. All right, cool. All right, bet it up, bet it up, bet it up, bet it up. All right, let's go back to the calendar and let's look at everything. Bet. So what you probably can't see that's not in the window is all right, bet. So man, it is a packed week. Golly. So, oh my bad, y'all. So on Tuesday is PayPal. PayPal is in the middle of that. They're they're trying to get bought out. PayPal is trying to sell. Who's trying to is trying to buy PayPal? Stripe and a private equity firm, Advent International. Okay, so um, they PayPal previously turned down a deal that would buy the company at $60 a share. So they turned that down last week, and now they have earnings this week. So it looks like it kind of sounds like they have a trick up their sleeve. Um, what is it sounds like they have a trick up their sleeve, honestly, because That's not what I wanted to do. Because if PayPal right now is trading at $56, looks like in the aftermarket it's probably up about 15 cents. If they are expecting $1.28, EPS revenue 8.48 billion. If they beat expectations, then they're talking a different talk. With Stripe and that Advent private equity firm. It's gonna be a different talk. Um, yeah. So you got PayPal before the open. Then you got Coca Cola. Then UPS. You got Corning. What's that? Royal Caribbean. Unilever, which is major. Unilever is a lot of health care, if I'm not mistaken. Unilever. Unilever is healthcare, right? Beauty, well-being, and personal care. Oh, okay, home care and packaged food. Okay, so I was right on one part of care. So it has Dove personal care products, soup, sauces, Hellman, Axe. Oh yeah, all that. Okay, so I mean that'll be an important earnings consumer wise. That's important. JetBlue, I don't really care. Hilton will most likely be American Tower. I'm not familiar. I don't think that'll have any effect. But Hilton, I think um, will give a gauge about consumer sentiment and consumer spending. So I think that'll be an important one. What's this BA? Oh, Boeing. Yeah, Boeing. Yeah. And then after close, you got Visa. But every time I'm gonna have to start getting this down packed. This whole me being in the box in the picture. Let me see. Maybe a little bit smaller. All right. Actually, no. But yeah. So now you got. So then you got Seagate. Seagate 851 down. Oh man. And after hours is down 6%. Oh man. Yeah, hard disk drives for data storage to the enterprise and consumer markets. So memory. So that's a memory play. Waste management. You got Ford. Yeah. So like Ford, Ford, Visa, Ford and Visa will be important. Ford and Visa will be important. Cheesecake Factory will be a story, slight story on consumer sentiment. So that'll be pretty good. On Wednesday, you got SoFi, which would be a good one. PNG, GE Electric, Fiverr. Mm, I think Fiverr. How much volume do they do on the market? Honestly, Fiverr wouldn't Fiverr like qualify as somewhat not like being delisted. I can see Fiverr being delisted. Honestly, maybe not this year, but within the next 5 years, because Fiverr was like it was good, but now I mean if you got if you got an AI agent, if you got an AI agent, you don't need Fiverr. You don't need Fiverr for real. If you got an AI agent, if you got an AI agent in YouTube, you don't really need Fiverr. Wingstop, that's just food. Um, then after close, Meta, Microsoft, Robinhood, ARM, Qualcomm, Starbucks, Chipotle, Carvana. And that's about it. MGM. Wow. So yeah, after close on Wednesday, so Monday and Tuesday might be a little red. Or a lot of things we've been seeing is the market um before earnings give buy and then sell the earnings. A lot of companies been selling on the earnings, so you know it all depends on what's going on there. But that's a stacked Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday might not be as heavy volume because Meta, Microsoft, Robinhood, everybody's gonna be waiting to see. But honestly, I think I think all three I think everybody in this aftermarket, like top right here, is very top heavy. I think that it's gonna kill. Like I think I think every one of these companies is gonna be, especially Robinhood. I'm not sure about Starbucks, but consumer wise, I think it'll hit. Um, Arm, Arm. What does Arm do? Is the IP owner and developer of Arm architecture, smartphone CPU cores. Okay. Battery powered devices like wearables, the flexibility and customer needs. Okay, customers like Apple or Qualcomm. Okay, so yeah, a necessary company. Um, Qualcomm. Qualcomm develops and licenses wireless technology and designs chips for smartphones. The company key patents resolve around CDMA and OFDMA technologies. Um, Whatever that is, I'll have to look at that off stream to see what that is. But yeah, backbone of 3G, 4G, and 5G networks. Qualcomm is important. In the story, Qualcomm is important. So I think these earnings will be good. And then Jersey Mike subs IPOs on Thursday. Who's looking forward to owning a piece of Jersey Mike's? Not me, but um, congratulations if you congratulations to you. Um, on Thursday before the Open Mastercard, which would be telling us most likely probably about consumer debt and um I don't know. It'll probably be good. Probably be nothing major. The Visa and Mastercard are both two companies that are steady goers in the market. They're not the ones to make the big move. They are steady. Steady wins the race. So honestly, I've heard from many smart individuals in the community of trading stocks and investing that once you do get a lot of big gains, you have to find the companies that are steady growers, and the ones that pay out dividends and things like that. And Visa and Mastercard are two of those companies because whenever you pay for something with a card, it's either Visa or Mastercard. So they're constantly eating off fees, off of off of licenses, off of everything. So I think Visa and Mastercard are just those two companies. I think it'll be hard. It's hard for Visa and Mastercard to lose. I'll just say that Visa and Mastercard are two companies that are it will be that's almost impossible. It's almost impossible for those two companies to ever lose. Almost impossible for those two companies to ever lose. So yeah, you got that, and then Shell, but After that, it calms down. Then after close on Thursday, you got Apple, Amazon, Coinbase, Reddit, Rivian, Striker, Roblox. Roblox will shake some things up a little bit too in that sector. Reddit as well, because Reddit was there was Meta was trying to make a Reddit competitor, I believe it was. Um, I think that was them. Don't do some research on that. But you got Amazon, Coinbase, Apple, and then on Friday, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all on Friday. Yeah, nothing crazy at all. But next week is going to be a wild week. Next week will be a wild week for sure. And then week after that, you got your normal, yeah. And then all the hype is over. And then I think after that, what this week, and then so you have AMD, and I'm pretty sure week after this one, you'll definitely have Nvidia, or you should have Nvidia. Okay, no Nvidia. What is this? The week of, so it has to be this week then. SpaceX. That'll be an important day because their first earnings report as a publicly traded company. Where's Nvidia? Oh, here we go. August 26th by itself with Dell, Iron, and Marvell. So yeah, Nvidia CrowdStrike. Yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be and then that's it for what's that Q2 Q3 technically. Nvidia is 2 weeks before Labor Day. Yeah, Labor Day. And then after Labor Day, you get Kroger, Oracle, GameStop. And then you get into grind mode for a lot of grind mode for those companies. Ooh, Nike. That'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm just clicking just to see. Yep, and then of course it starts back over again. Well, yeah. Um, yeah. So pretty decent stream here tonight. Um, let's see if we can let's see if we can run down some of the, let's see, large cap stocks in overnight session. So let's see what Nvidia is doing overnight. Overnight 209. Overnight 209. This looks like a pretty good setup too. Looks like a pretty good setup here. Definitely a good setup to the upside. What is this? Is the low? It's a new low. New higher low. It's at July 7th. Touch that. We'll see if we'll see if these candles touch right here. If those candles touch right there, and they move, the candles move past, then of course you got your retest zone right here. And if it breaks, then it's on a downtrend. And if it just bounces back off, then could, just continue to go higher. Continue to go higher. When is this? May 3rd, May 14th, 236. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so hey. Nvidia definitely wants. I think at this point, the way it's looking, it's definitely going for 240. Definitely going for 240. I think Nvidia could definitely be back at 240 or touch 240 by at least September, October, given the timeline. And we just doing it simple, man. We not head, shoulders, knees, toes, all of this different type of stuff. Like, of course that helps, but like, like that type of knowledge takes time. You have to research it, you have to dig deep, memorize it, all of that stuff. So like, that stuff takes time. Be patient with yourself, but if you just consistently get in the face of these charts right here. Consistently get in the face of these charts, and you'll look and see it, and you'll find it. You'll be like, hey, I've seen a chart similar to this one. Like, hey, I'm take your favorite company and be like, hey, I'm you're looking at Uber, and you've been looking at this Nvidia chart for so long, and now it's say you've been looking at it from here March 30th to where it was at 164 and rolled it all the way up to 236, and then now it's back down to 189, and now it's sitting at 207, and you looking at it like, okay, this is a consistent uptrend, and then you see Uber, this is the setup right here for Uber, right here on this downtrend, and you like, I've seen this before, and then you let it go for another 7 days just to see where it's going, and you see some spikes. You see this spike right here. It's like, let me put a little bit, because this is a $20 move right here. Let me put a little bit in. And see what's going on, because I think this setup is reminiscent of an uptrend that I saw in Nvidia. So you put in, and then now you going up. Now you riding the uptrend, and then and then you're not tripping because you put in right here. You put in either here or here. You're not tripping because even though it came down to right here, you still up what? 10. You still up 10. And then now you up 40 from 180, no, excuse me, to 20. So now you back up. So it's like, and this is all within what, April to July, April, May, June, July. That's 3 months, man. Like, you can't expect a parabolic move and everything. You got to be patient and get in those windows. Like, you just got to be patient and get in your windows. If you don't have a lot, my thing I do, dollar cost averaging or just depositing into my Robinhood account, just depositing into that $50 every week. And, when I see an opportunity, I can strike. When I see opportunity, strike. You know what I'm saying? I think it's better to have that money, that free cash in your bank, in your brokerage account, rather than sometimes dollar cost averaging into a specific stock. Because if you build that bankroll up and you see a price that you can't beat, you in right there, you in at that price. Okay, it goes down a little bit. Now you got more. You can buy in at that lower price. And then once it goes up, then it's like, man, you done made it. Now you just gotta continue to ride the wave because like a lot of this right here for me is a long term outlook. Like we not necessarily trying to make the quick gains and stuff like that because me personally, I'm not there yet to necessarily day trade, but I do want to get into that. But I want to build a foundation first. I don't want to start day trading and blow an account. I want to see a setup. I want to see these setups and look at it and see what's going on. Like right now, we on a 4 hour timeline chart. That's long term. If we trying to necessarily day trade or look at it, get it out. Okay, we on a 1 hour. But you see, it's that 1 hour is still hitting every point we looking at. And all right, bet. Let's go to 30 minutes. Everything we looking at, man. Everything. Let's go down to 5 minutes. Crazy stuff, bro. But look, crazy stuff. But look, below VWAP. Below VWAP. Trading below VWAP now. But look, this green candle just got back into VWAP. Now we gonna see if it's gonna break VWAP again and break down to about here and then break down again to about right here. And if it break down again to about right here, 198, honestly, we should see it get back into VWAP and shoot right back up. Now, if it don't shoot right back up, something's going on. Something's going on. The market doesn't want to give Nvidia that higher high for some reason. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to keep us in the algorithm. Follow me on Threads at Bailey Lamar to keep up to date. Please, I appreciate it. Have a good week. See y'all.